What is good, my friends? It's your favorite YouTube dealer. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. We got some fire today from my man Harry Mack. I forget who it was that put me onto this, so I apologize. I wanted to give you a shout out, but it's Mack is Like freestyle over the Nas is Like beat, which is going to be absolutely amazing. He apparently did this during one of his live streams, so let's just dive in and let's see what my man was cooking with.
Let me catch up. I'ma turn my passion to compassion. Every time I'm in the session snapping, I'll be taking action. Let's get it. I know what Mack is like. I'm like that dude who be rhyming in the afterlife. I'm like that dude who be rhyming every day of the week. I'm like that freestyle killer who be slaying the beats. Yo, Mack is like a natural disaster that hits. Yo, Mack is like what happens when you master your shit. Yo, Mack is like what happens if you practice, my kids. So keep on practicing and getting better. That is the shit. Hey, yo, Mack is like dedication. Mack is like going against the grain in this fucking nation. Mack is like avoiding mental devastation through the meditation. Mack is like doing it so deep that you levitate. And Mack is like samples from DJ Premier. Mack is like vocal tones from Nas, crystal clear. Mack is like the most expensive mic capturing your voice. Mack is like the one that leaves the rapper red blood with the moist flavor. Mack is like the one that spits it major. Mack is shocking like a motherfucking taser. Mack is about to solve the mystery like Agent Stabler. Mack is on another plane. Mack is like Einstein's brain.
Okay, this is extremely dope to me for multiple reasons. First of all, continuing to go with the pattern of Mack is like over and over and actually saying some relevant things is not necessarily easy. Not only that, but he's going off of chat words, which sometimes people might drop a word that doesn't necessarily fit into the context of what he's trying to say, right? Like someone said referee. I mean, he could come up with something about Mack is like a referee in some certain way. Like you could probably make a lot of it work, but like there's not much space to make it work because he's already filling up so many bars with, you know, or someone can't get my words out. So much space. It's like, right, let's just say a bar is so long. He's filling up the beginning of it with Mack is like, so he's got to make sure that whatever he says can fit in it, flows to the beat, works, makes sense. Like there's a lot of different things that have to be going on in your brain at one time. It's just not easy. Like that's the most impressive part to me. Obviously the freestyles come out dope. This man is a master at it. In my opinion, he's the GOAT. He's the greatest that's ever done these freestyles. And it just, to me, that's just the truth. I don't think that you can even argue that, but I get it. Some people feel differently, you know, cool to you, but I disagree. I think he's the one. It's really just impressive to me how his brain works. Like I wish that there was a way to just like have an understanding, but there's really not. Like you can ask him questions, you know what I'm saying? But unless you're him, you don't really understand how he's calculating it and how it's all working. Like he could explain it to you, but it's different than actually experiencing and really truly understanding how he works through what he's saying, what he's reading, what he's, you know, it's just such a interesting process. This man is on a whole nother level.
Mack is like Picasso's canvas in the Louvre. Mack is like that motherfucking dude. Mack is true, while a lot of these rappers is fake. Mack is the truth out the Bible, for goodness sake. Mack is the truth out the Holy Quran. Mack is the truth out of every holy text. Mack is snapping your neck. Already showed you how I'm cracking my neck, and in a matter of seconds, I'ma show you how you'll be cracking yours. Mack absorbs everything. I guess Mack is like a sponge. Mack is like no bungee cord, but still you about to plunge. That's what Mack is like. Mack is like raw adrenaline. Mack is like digging through your mind and remembering everything that happened before. Mack is like when you soar overheads in the plane. Mack is like an insane asylum full of patients who need help. Mack is like building this all by yourself. Mack is like getting hit hard in the chest, wearing the welt with pride. Mack is like a whole motherfucking vibe. Mack is like that motherfucking guy. Mack is like a hot, Mack is fly. Mack is like above your head. Mack is like that thing your mother loved to say before you fell asleep. AKA Mack is way too deep. Mack is never cheap. Mack is like fucking ashes in the urn. Mack is like with these rappers never too concerned. Shout out to your wife Sarah, happy birthday. I'ma make her want it in the worst way. Mack is like Edgar, cause Mack is showing love. Mack is like any problem you rising above. This is too ill, was it written? Nah, this is all the way off top when I'm spitting, man. Mack is like unbelievable. Mack is inconceivable. Mack is like leaving you behind and coming back 10 years later to show you what he learned. Mack is like a candle lit up on the wick when it burns. Yeah, Mack, I be doing it raw. Mack is like spitting the verse with no flaw. Mack is like finding where you gotta go without no map, without no compass, but still staying all on track. Mack is like a hovercraft can move in all directions with amazing speed. Mack is like alien technology. Mack is like the change we need against all the policies. Mack is like equaling out hatred. Mack is never the fakest. Mack is never complacent. Mack is leaving y'all in amazement. Mack is spitting shit that's lyrically blazing. Mack is getting down when he's coming with the rap style. Mack been about it forever, just like Pascal.
Yo, that's wild. That's crazy to have gone with Mack is like for that long. He switched up a little bit here and there, which is a given, right? Because he's trying to make sure that he also keeps, you know, going with the donations and stuff like that. So he's showing everybody love and saying the words that they've sent their hard-earned money through for and everything like that. But that was legit. That was legit. Harry Mack it's like he's an anomaly. Like he said, he's like alien technology. I didn't even mean to rhyme that, but it did. That's just the facts of it. He said he's something like he's 10 years in the future coming back to tell you guys, yo, this man is something. AI, alien, a future traveler that's come back to us. There's something about this man because ain't nobody able to do it like he does it. There's nobody able to do it like he does it. There's been some great freestylers throughout the years, and I always show love to people, and I've said this many times before. I know some people named Idea, rest in peace. He was amazing, and I hate to say it about people that have passed away, but I just don't think he's on Harry Mack's level. Maybe in time, had he not passed away, he could have elevated himself to this level. That is another thing that we can't debate because unfortunately, they're no longer here. Same with Juice WRLD. Rest in peace to Juice WRLD. Makes amazing music. Was actually a really, really competent freestyler, and I feel like in another 5 to 10 years, he could have been up there right along with Harry. And I feel like that, but I don't know that he was there right in that moment, right? Like he was probably the closest of the new generation that could have done something like what Harry is doing right now. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately is no longer with us. So again, rest in peace. You have MC Juice, which was my favorite freestyler right up until I heard Harry Mack. But MC Juice is still up there for me. Super Nat is really dope. Some people have him over MC Juice. I like him, but I just like the way the MC Juice approaches it more. I feel like Super Nat was fire, but he was very consistent, like never stopping, and it worked. Like he made it work. But I liked MC Juice's more battle-like style, where like he'd like da 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 da. Like if you watch like him versus Eminem, right? I mean, obviously that's not his best performance. This was way back in the day, just like it's not M's best performance. But the way that he rapped and like paused and like more punchline-y kind of freestyling, I think that really drew me in more so than just the constant freestyling. But Harry then has elevated it to a whole new level. This man not only does freestyling at the highest level with the lyrics and everything like that, sometimes doing doubles, even triple entendres, which are crazy to me that you could do that off the top, but he's also flipping flows throughout it and hitting these different flows, whether it's fast, whether it's, and I know the fast ones get a lot of attention from people, and they are dope because it's not easy, but the fast ones aren't the ones that are most impressive to me. It's when he hits these different like flows that are honestly really catchy and could easily be turned into songs that really catches my attention and stuff like that. So I'm curious to see where he goes going forward. I know he dropped a music video this year we checked out, which was dope. And apparently, from what I heard from some people, is that he came out and said that it was a written song, which it's funny because, right, like most people will say they freestyle and we're like, nah, it's probably written when it's really good. With Harry, he's like, oh, it was written. And are you sure you didn't just freestyle it? Like, because he's so good that we just assume it all has to be freestyled, right? And it's interesting to see him get in his bag of writing as well. And I hope that it goes well for him. I hope there's more music videos that come out because I would love to check them out. But comment below. I'm waffling at this point. Shout out to the UK for their slang. I will catch you in the next video, homies.